So Tom and Luke made the game. Luke is the designer, Tom is the developer.
Cool.
And I do the marketing for it.
Cool, sounds good. We had an interview before with James and Jacob, who are
Jack.
Yeah,
sure.
That was a Res, So I'm probably going to touch over some of the similar questions, just so we have complete view.
No problem.
But yeah, did you ever imagine seeing Surgeon Simulator becoming anything more than the Game Jam title it started out as?
So this basically no. It was a Game Jam game to keep us interested for the 48 hours because we knew we'd be just having no sleep and trying to make a game. So we just found something. We knew we wanted to do something funny because otherwise we'd just be dead or bored or whatever. So we just decided to just muck around as much as we could and make a heart transplant using a crap hand. And so that's what we did, and we were laughing among ourselves. It kept us interested while we did the Game Jam. But outside of that, we never thought this would get any kind of coverage or be popular in any way. But the first sign that we thought, it's not just funny to us, was we had the presentation at the end of the Game Jam. So we were in a college, like a tech college, where there's lots of other teams also taking part, and everyone kind of presented their games at the end. And while we presented our game, everyone was just, the whole room was just laughing. And
we didn't actually really get to say anything about it. As soon as we started playing, they were just all in tears. And just yelling at us.
And kind of afterwards, we were like, wow, that
was a great response.
Yeah, that was a better response than we kind of thought. But even then, we just thought, the guys in the office will love it. Everyone will be having a laugh in the office. And so lunchtime the next day, we finally got it kind of just uploaded to our work servers just so everyone could play it. And that link got distributed online to just some YouTubers. I think someone just sent an email out. Before we knew it was PC Gamer, and that had picked up on it. And then the videos started rolling in. And then
we
knew. Monday night it was already several 100,000 views among all the videos, and we were just like, oh, okay. By Tuesday, it was in the millions. So.
And then you thought it's a logical step to just release it again.
Basically we thought, maybe it has something, maybe we have something here.
It didn't take us so long, did it, to change direction?
No, I think as the sort of management team, we obviously looked at the demo the guys made at Jam. We all played it on the Monday, and work pretty much stopped for a couple of hours. And then exactly as Luke says, by the Tuesday morning, I think we had 2 million video views on YouTube, and we sat down with the guys and we said, we've got to make this. So we asked them to stop the work they were doing on some projects, and we said they'd take a couple of weeks, flesh it out a little bit, see what we can come up with, and they just jumped straight into it. And then 2.5 months later, it launched on Steam, which was one of the quickest ever green lights. By the time it launched, there were almost 1 million unique videos already uploaded to YouTube by the fans, by the community, with a combined sort of aggregated video view of over 70 million. Today there's been over 120 million video views on YouTube. And it's just a perfect example of a new kind of way of making games and engaging with the community. And we've been able to bypass all the traditional channels. We haven't had to go and buy expensive TV ads or posters. Yet we've had really healthy sales figures, but the main thing is it's just this incredible community who are incredibly passionate about the game, and it's going to run and run, and we actually have a world exclusive for you today, which we can show you in a few minutes.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Happy with that. I could go two ways now. My questions are ordered, but I'll go. You hold quite regular game jams. I saw recently on Twitter that you're doing another one. Is that a product of how Surgeon Simulator happened, or is that because you've always done it and now you're just sharing ideas?
It did happen before Surgeon Simulator. Every few months or so we used to do one. We've now sort of ramped it up to more than months,
frequent
I think,
now.
Just because they are powerful things to get people creating unique stuff. And at the end of 2 days you've got 5 or 6 new projects that you can look at and think something in these. So it is a nice way to get new content, and people people get really involved when they've got that short time frame and you're just working in a small team. It's just it's much more exciting when it's developing.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Going back to Surgeon Simulator again, you brought in the Razer Hydra support and the Oculus Rift support. I mean, how hard is that to do, especially as not a lot of people have access to those things to be able to play it?
It's definitely one of yours.
Definitely one of mine. Yeah. Using Unity made things a lot easier because the support for that engine is huge. And so the Oculus guys and the Razer Hydra guys, they had SDKs already available for us to just plug in and work. The Oculus Rift took no more than half a day to get it working. The Razer Hydra, we had to change the controls a little bit, obviously, because you now have two hands and the physics behave slightly differently. So that was a bit more involved, but still not a hugely difficult task. Not a lot of people do have them, you're right. It was more just an experiment for us, and just people that do have it love it even more, because it's like, oh my god, they're supporting this peripheral that only 0.1% of people have. It looks nice, and I think I'm just really interested in that stuff as well. So for me, it was just really fun to get hands-on experience.
And it was Surgeon was a perfect game for that kind of stuff, especially like the Oculus Rift, which is, obviously motion sickness plays a big part in that thing, especially when you're moving without moving. The advantage, of course, of Surgeon is it's already first person and it's in like a limited space, so it just the Rift was a perfect kind of addition to that. And the Hydras were just great, like some sort of motion controls where you physically use a hand in the game. Having a motion control just mimic hands is just an obvious kind of step to go in. It just happens that the two of them kind of work perfectly for the game that we've made, almost like they'd been made for it. So and it's really great. It's a good thing to show off to these kind of events where people can come along, and it's a really unique experience to really see where games can actually go.
Have you had a go on that?
I haven't, unfortunately. No, I've raised the queue is massive. And I haven't had a chance to do it.
Well, it's also here today on the HD Rift.
Oh, okay.
In partnership with Oculus, so cool. We can arrange for you to have a
Yeah, that'd be really good to actually have a go on. Would you say it's harder playing with the Razer, with the Hydra?
Probably to begin with. So there is sort of a learning curve of what your hands are doing, what the game hands are doing, but if you get good at it, you can really nail that.
People who've never played the game before, there's no actual kind of difference. They can pick it up almost as quick as someone who's already played before, because the controls are so different. And usually people who played before, they tend to just one arm, because they're playing it like the game they know. So that they'll be there and they'll leave their say their right arm just just weirdly out of place, just to the side, while all the other arm is doing all the tasks. And but people who've never played Surgeon before, really, you'll find them utilising both arms, because to them they have no kind of preconceptions of it. So it's quite interesting.
Do you reckon Boss are going to keep using and adopting the Oculus Rift through other titles in the future, maybe?
If it's appropriate,
sure.
It's
such an easy thing to do.
We're big believers in the VR thing. I suppose it's like a resurgence, isn't it? Because happened 20 years ago, it didn't really take off, and now it's happening again. But I think it's here to stay.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. You agree that you think it's going to be the revolutionary part of PC gaming will be coming from the Oculus?
Maybe. I mean, we've seen. I was going to say Sony when they're really interested, and I think whatever their system is would be great for console, for PS4, and then Oculus will remain probably the forerunner for PC. And if the game works on a cross-platform game that is VR, then Sony will have their VR, PC will have their VR.
But also a big thing that's almost a resurgence at the moment is all the space sims. You've got
Strike Zero. That's an HD.
Oh.
That's a Rift game.
Oh, okay. You've got the Eve guys.
Yeah, with Valkyrie.
You then have Star Citizen as well.
Yes.
That's another big one. And then obviously there's the new free space. I can't remember what it was.
The X one.
No, there's that X as well. But then there's it was a trailer coming out last 2 weeks ago or so.
Oh, Elite.
Elite, that's it. Yeah. So they're all coming out, and they're all perfect for Rift, because you're in a seat, stationary, and you can look around.
And you really get an advantage if you can see that.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no weird controls to look around. It's just you naturally looking around. I think that'll be a massive boost to stuff like Oculus if they kind of release within the same time frame, because it'll be such an awesome experience.
I was predicting that it might be the comeback of the arcade as well, potentially. Because if you think about, they're doing these treadmill things now, where you stand in place. And this is stuff that maybe someone, a home user, is probably not going to want to have in their house or have the space for. So if you can imagine like 10 of these in a 5v5 game sort of environment, you'd pay a fiver for 15 minutes on one of those. So maybe
Good shoot mania storm match.
Yeah, right, exactly. Incredible.
Kind of touched upon it a little bit, but now obviously Sony are thinking of going into VR space as well, and they've got like their PlayStation Move and stuff. Did you ever think about moving Surgeon Simulator across to consoles at all?
I guess it is a very unique control system, and we haven't really done a huge amount of experiments with using the control pad, which would be the biggest hurdle, I think.
Because the control pads don't. With the mouse, you have acceleration. Which applies like force to what you're hitting. Like a control stick.
Very limited.
You have that one.
But like you say, the PlayStation Move does offer us quite an ideal situation for us. But actually, I'm trying to do it. But never say never, obviously.
So you announced yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that you're bringing 2 more of the space surgery levels into the game. And there's also an ARG coming out alongside it, or is it already started?
It's already started.
It came out on
Saturn
Saturday.
stuff was about with the Korean.
Yes,
that's
so
at the
it's
beginning
an
of the
extension
ARG.
of that.
What was the decision to go for an ARG? And
It came off because we had the original space mission was in a floppy disk that you got when you finished the normal surgeries, and that kind of created almost like then if we'd just gone, hey, here's space, it created more of a buzz and people more talked about it and went how awesome it was, purely because it was not even vastly hidden, it was just a little bit hidden. It was just a floppy disk you had to actively put in, and it got people talking. The people obviously who saw that mission would be like, I've completed the game, how come I've not played that space mission? And it's like, oh, you've been the floppy disk. It kind of created this buzz of people talking about it. So
we just took it 75 steps further.
So we took it massively further, and so now we have vast secrets and hints and clues hidden throughout the entire game.
There's been a lot of people. It launched yesterday. 6 o'clock.
So we've got about 700 comment Steam thread at the moment in our Steam forums, where it's just people trying to figure it out, and they got about a third the way there currently, and they're all busting their brains trying to get their
really angry.
They're just going, guys, give us some more clues, give us more clues. So they had like a section where they had a lot of progress, and now they've kind of got to the next hurdle, and they need to try and figure it out. But the reward is definitely worth it.
Even though one of the achievements is, I'm not sure it was worth it.
Yes. But that's just a red herring. They'll make you think it wasn't worth it, but they will.
Don't say too much.
No.
No, I haven't. I just said the reward is worth it.
That would
be anything. We could come round to your house and throw a house party for you. You don't know.
Second prize, 2 house parties.
Exactly.
One big stunt, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But how do you come up with an ARG? I just don't understand how you can come up with a really weird, complex puzzle. Unless it's incredibly simple, everyone's overthinking it.
Oh, that definitely happened with the first one. So the first one with all the Saturn stuff is relatively, I shouldn't have said Saturn stuff because that suggests that that's what it's about. But ignoring that, so that one, we've seen the answers, the correct answers, but because it's almost relatively simple, but people read into it and started going into some crazy theories, and it's pretty impressive. The amount of effort people will go into dissecting stuff. So I felt a bit like, whoa, okay, I wish I was that smart, but no, that's not the extent of the puzzle. The new stuff we had is probably on that level. Okay. We definitely pushed the bow out for that. It'll be interesting to see if anyone figured it out.
Based on the sort of response we got from the first part of the puzzle, it gave us an idea of how extreme what lengths they'll go to solve it. So we didn't hold back on making it.
It's good that you've got such an engaged community as well. So
people very. But I don't think necessarily it's just when there's a secret in a game. I think that's almost with the addition now of like DLCs and stuff like like unlockable stuff within games has just plummeted because it's like, well, don't let people unlock it, we'll just make them pay for it later on. And I think they've almost we've missed a bit there. I think these big secrets that used to happen in the old school games they were the things of like, you know, playground legend, where it's like, guys, guess what? But now we've got a much bigger platform for that, which is the internet. And I think that stuff should you know, it's really interesting and a lot of fun to do. And yeah, we definitely want to explore stuff like that more in future games and whatever else we do, because it's just a really great way of
it's amazing
people
to watch yourself as well. It's really exciting seeing the progress and you knowing as well. Just
you just waiting like, it's great.
Is that part of the decision as to why you included these extra levels as free content again instead of making it paid?
Basically, I mean, it's I'm not entirely sure. It's just, you get more people involved. Really, it's almost like games should be fun, so that's how we do things. We just wanted to work on something and create something cool, and then just give it out to people who've already got the game and get them playing and let them kind of re-engage with it and have fun. So.
Did you already have the idea for those levels beforehand, and then just hadn't got around to put them in for a time for launch, or was it, actually people are really enjoying this, so we'll then create the 2 extra surgeries to go in?
It's kind of a bit of both.
It's a bit of a natural extension. You know, we had the 3 surgeries in the other environments, and it's like, well, it wouldn't be a stretch for us to do this. So we have all this, you know, big AOG plan. Let's put this in as a, you know, more components. You know, just like here's some bits that probably shouldn't be in the game, and now it feels complete. You know, you have 3 surgeries.
You sort of put the floppy disk in to get.
Yeah. Once you do that, then the
I'll clear ultimately, what's the best thing you've ever seen anyone do on social media? What was the moment that you loved the most?
There's a ton of things. And that's the great thing about having a very physics-driven game, is you don't actually know what the limits are of your own game. When you put it out there, you're just like, let's see what people do, and people start doing crazy stuff, which is really fun. I think the most impressive thing I've ever seen is somebody cleared the whole reception desk and then balanced every floppy disk on its edge.
I've seen the picture of that.
And I've tried to do one, and it's like, you just can't do it. And then it just keeps falling. I think Luke managed to do one.
I did do one,
But to do every single floppy disk, it was just like.
And must have taken some time.
Yes, I think so. But then, that's cool. That's now stuck in my head. It's one of the most impressive things I've seen.
Also, seen pen spinning. Someone had a pen in their hand and then just spun it around all their fingers, and you're like, what? How is that even possible?
That was actually incredible.
Yeah.
It's like incredible.
Just some mental stuff. And then another one was the 180 spoon flip, which we put into achievement in our latest update.
Oh, okay.
So it was a YouTuber who had the spoon like in one end, and they flicked it, and it flipped around 100 degrees, and they grabbed it again to start using it properly. And we were just like, that's amazing.
It was the response that he was commentating while he was playing, and he was just like so amazed with himself. He was like, oh, I'm a magician! It was amazing. So we put that in as an official achievement.
So everyone who wants all the achievements now has to do a 180 spoon.
I could spend hours with people.
Yeah.
Crazy. Cool. Well, that's me. I'm on out of questions.